Hello YouTube, welcome back to Inkwell Games Stars, the 3 puzzle piece puzzle from Friday, February the 6th, and see if I can do any better at this than I did with today's fields. Okay, I'm looking at these three pluses here, and they have to provide all 6 stars for those 3 rows, so I can remove the remainder of those rows. Now, does that help any? I can also take out the central space from each of the pluses, because putting a star in any of those would stop any more going in the same plus. Now, if I put one in the top, it has to go also in the bottom, which means 2 of these must go top bottom and 1 goes left right. I don't know which one, of course, but I think that could be useful information. On the same basis, I can also take out that space and that one, because a star... Can I take that one out? No, I can't. Take out that space because a star in the middle of this would knock out the whole of this region. But the stars could be still placed so that they don't overlap with that corner that I initially thought they might have to. In fact, the stars could be in the top 2 rows so they don't have to interfere with the plus. I can put 2 stars there and there, or a star down in this 2x2. If we had the 2 stars here, then we end up with the same thing as we had further up, that we have all the stars from those small areas. Which would be nice, but I don't think there's any way I can actually see that that's forced. Okay, I think I've kind of ground to a halt on this. These can't both be horizontal, at least one is vertical, possibly both. If they were both vertical, then it doesn't really interact with anything badly that I can see. If this is vertical, then it takes out the rest of these columns. And then we have to put 2 stars in this first column in this region, which means that we would have to have 2 stars over here, and that wouldn't work. So that is not vertical, so this one is horizontal. Right, and the other 2 are vertical. Okay, we must have one in this column, in this region, so I can take that out. And now I have to do that. And then the other star in this region has to be here, so I can mark either side of that 2 by 2, and that one has to go there. Right. So one here, I can X that out for what it's worth. And I think that's surrounded all the stars correctly. So there's this big encompassing region. I've now removed all of the top of it, which is quite good. Not quite narrowed down enough to be useful yet, but getting there. Got to have 1 star in there and there, and 1 star in this block. It doesn't, unfortunately, well, what it does say is 1 has to be on this row. Now they could both be on that, yeah. 1 has to be on this row because there's no other spaces left. 1 has to be on this row, which means there's a star here or here. And we have to have a star up on the top row, but there's loads of spaces for that. Move that. Remove that, which means I now know that one has to be there, that one has to be there. Right. This can no longer be vertical because we're out of stars. So we've already got 1 star in the column. So that's horizontal. So we do that. Need another star in this column. I need 1 star in this region, so I can't put another one there, which means the big region has 2 stars close together. And Hang on a second. I just did something wrong. Let's undo a few steps. Yeah, I assumed putting a star here forced another star in the bottom row over at the right, but it doesn't, because it can be up here. And in fact I have to have a star there, which means I can't put a star there. So I'm going to have a star there, which fills in the rest of that region. So I now need a star there to finish the bottom row. And I need one star there and one star there, and that's it solved. Whew. Okay, at least I got there in the end. So thank you for watching.